been thinking about something a lot recently. If Lucas was 25 years old one day and somebody asked him what his childhood was like, I don't actually care if he remembers every country we visited. I don't care if he remembers every beach, mountain or adventure. I don't even care if he remembers the van. I care that what he remembers is how he felt. I hope he remembers feeling safe, feeling seen and loved, feeling free to be completely himself, feeling like his emotions mattered, feeling like home wasn't a place, but it was a feeling we created together. Because if he remembers this, I know I done something right. If you're new here, I'm Danielle. I'm a mum to my little boy Lucas. We've got 2 crazy dogs and together we're building a slower, simpler life that's led us into van life, nature and asking some really big questions about what success and happiness really mean. If that sounds like your kind of thing, I'd love for you to subscribe and come along with us as we learn to live the wildlife way. Anyway, this is why all of this matters so much to me. The truth is, the life I'm trying to create isn't really about van life. It isn't really about travelling either. It's about creating the childhood I wish I had experienced. Growing up, there was so much pressure to succeed, to get grades, to go to university, to get a career, to earn money, to fit into a version of success that somebody else had already decided for me. What there wasn't enough of was emotional safety, feeling understood, feeling like my reality mattered, feeling like I was enough exactly as I was. I spent so much of my life trying to become somebody I thought other people would finally approve of, trying to fit into boxes that never really fit me. Underneath all of that, I just wanted someone to truly see me. I never want Lucas to feel responsible for my emotions. I never want him to feel unseen or alone in his own mind. I never want him to believe he has to hide parts of himself to be accepted, because I know what that feels like and I know how lonely it can be. Then I became mum and everything changed. People often ask me what success means now. Years ago, success looked like getting a career, making lots of money, owning a house, climbing a ladder, living like a life that I thought I was supposed to want. Now, success looks completely different. Success is hearing Lucas laugh. Success is watching him run barefoot through the grass, sitting on a bench together while the dogs chase the waves. Success is raising a little boy who knows he never has to earn my love, a little boy who knows that whatever he feels, I'll sit beside him, not shame him, not tell him he's wrong, not ask him to become somebody else just to make other people comfortable. Because I never want him to believe he has to abandon himself just to keep connection. That cycle ends with me. When I imagine our perfect day, it's actually incredibly simple. We wake up slowly, the sun is coming through the windows, we open the door and nature is right there. Breakfast together, a walk, learning about whatever has captured his imagination that week. Maybe we're planting vegetables, maybe we're collecting pine cones, maybe we're learning about insects, or simply lying in the grass watching the clouds. One of my favourite things about travelling wasn't the big adventures, it was noticing the tiny things. The pine cones were different sizes, the trees were different, the buildings were different, languages were different, even the air felt and smelt different. The world became a giant classroom and I realised children learn more from living, not just books. People sometimes think this life is about escaping. It's not, well at least not for me. It's about returning to a version of myself that feels most alive, because when I'm close to nature, something inside me settles, my nervous system slows down, I breathe differently, I smile more, I'm more patient, more playful, more present, and if I'm more present, Lucas gets a different version of his mum. When we came back from travelling, I genuinely thought what I needed was a house. I was exhausted, my foot was broke, I wanted a bath, somewhere to stop, and for a little while it was exactly what I needed. It gave me somewhere to recover, somewhere to breathe and to rest. But once I had rested, I realised something. What I'd been craving wasn't a house, it was recovery. And once I'd recovered, the life that kept calling me back wasn't 4 walls. It was opening the doors in the morning, hearing the birds, watching Lucas explore somewhere new, living simply, feeling excited to wake up again. And that was one of the biggest realizations of my life. That's why this isn't really about the van. The van is just a tool. What I'm really walking towards is a feeling. Less chaos, less pressure, less rushing, less stuff, less bills, less maintaining life. More time actually living it, more connection and presence, more freedom, more life. The dogs are part of that too. People always laugh when I say they're family, but they are. Before Lucas, some of my deepest unconditional love I'd ever experienced came from dogs. Now they don't fill that emotional hole inside of me anymore. They're companions walking beside us. They're part of the childhood I want Lucas to remember, running through the forest, swimming in the seas, watching sunsets together, being surrounded by love in all of its different forms. I'm not trying to give Lucas the perfect childhood. There is no perfect childhood. I'm trying to give him something much more important. A childhood where he gets to grow into who he already is, not who the world tells him he should become. I want him to know he can dream wildly, that he can choose a completely different path if that's what he feels is right to him. And I know the only way I can teach that is by having the courage to live it myself. Some people won't understand the choices I make, some already don't, and that's okay. I'm not saying everybody should live this way. I'm saying this is the life that feels most aligned for us. This is where I feel like the best version of myself. And if I'm the best version of myself, then I can be the best mum I know I can be. Lucas, if you ever watch this one day, I hope you know that I never claim to have all of the answers. I know I'm going to get things wrong. I know I'm imperfect. But every decision I've ever made has come from love. I promised God that if I was lucky enough to have you, I'd spend the rest of my life doing everything I could to give you a childhood filled with safety, love, freedom, and possibility. I never want you to feel like your worth depends on what you achieve. I never want you to feel like your emotions are too much. And I never want you to believe you have to become somebody else just to be loved. I want you to know that you can build any life you dream of, whether that's traveling the world, living in a tiny cabin, owning a business, or even becoming a lawyer with a big house. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is that it's your dream, not anybody else's. If one day you tell me I've got things wrong, I'll listen. I'll own it. I'll never tell you your reality isn't real, because I know how that feels, and I never want you to carry that pain. I want you to grow up knowing your worth, knowing your voice matters, knowing your dreams matter, knowing you'll always have a safe place to come home to, not because of where we lived, but because of how deeply you were loved. Maybe the greatest gift we can give our children isn't a perfect life, it's the courage to live one that's true to ourselves. And if there's one thing I hope you will always remember, it's this. You were loved exactly as you were, long before you achieved anything, long before you became anybody, simply because you were you, and you always will be.